Hello and welcome to the Marvellous show Game of Thrones. If you've never watched an episode before, I'm your host Steve and it's a react show to the Game of Thrones because last year I'd never watched an episode. Obviously I'd heard about it but I kind of missed it. But now I'm so glad that I've caught on, and yeah, it's the greatest series of all time, no problem at all. And now we're coming very, very near to the end and I'm hating the fact that we're near the end. I know we've got the prequel coming out next year, but it's, I just don't want to, I hate this, I hate it. But we'll get through it, also a quick apology for the last episode. Obviously the things that had happened with the train crash that was right near my house, it kind of threw me off completely trying to review the episode. But yeah, so at least no one died, so it's all good as far as that goes. But yeah, so I'll try and review it a little bit better now that I've watched it twice. So we started the episode with. Do you know what? The entire episode was amazing. By the way, it was just fantastic. I think I said at the time it's probably my top 10, top 6. It's got to be near a top 3. It might even be my favourite episode. I don't know. I'd have to have a look back at some of the other ones, but oh god, it was amazing. I hated it, but at the same time, it was amazing. You know, I hated the fact that all your kind of heroes, the characters that you love, were just dropping down like flies. I couldn't stand that, but obviously, you know, it was just an incredible episode. So we started off with you kind of had these slow shots of Sam and Tyrion and Bran being wheeled off to where he was going to be, and the tension was just crazy. Oh my god, I hated that tension. I aged in that episode, I'll tell you. And we also had Jon and Daenerys they're kind of looking from above. They're also on some sort of some kind of hill, and you could see Winterfell, and I guess they were just waiting for the Night King to appear. So that was the whole idea, was to attack him. And Melisandre suddenly appeared out of the blue, at random again, but hey. And she set fire to all the swords of the Dothraki, which looked incredible when as it went across like a wave of fire, just brilliant. Then a very random bit that they just charged into the dark. Look, I'm no battle strategist, okay? I'm not even going to pretend that I am. That just seemed really stupid. When you can't even see your enemy, why would you just run into darkness? Absolutely crazy. And you think the Dothraki have been in this right from the word go. They really have. And to just wipe out, basically, I think pretty much all of them with a stupid battle strategy was just a bit annoying. And also, what was more annoying was Ghost. I mean, I'm assuming Ghost is dead. Didn't see him at the end, and if he's died in that way, I think that's bang out of order. I think that's really, really cheap. I'm sounding like I hated the episode now. I'm not. I didn't hate the episode. It was amazing, but there were a few things that kind of bothered me, and that was two of the things that really bothered me. I think they just wasted Ghost. I think, really, really do. I think, you know, you could have had Ghost right at the end. You know, Ghost could have been sat next to Bran as the Night King came towards him, and then perhaps gave his own life to defend Bran. I think that would have been a lot. It would still have been sad, but it would have been made a lot more sense. You know, even if Ghost had, by attacking the Night King, sort of saved enough time for Arya to attack, something like that. That'd have been cool. I should have written the bloody thing. So we had the first death was Ed saving Sam, who was about to get killed. In my opinion, he shouldn't have even been on the battlefield in the first place. I think that was a silly idea, really. But I get where he was coming from. He wanted to kind of do his bit. But I think he'd have been much more useful defending them in the crypt, really, rather than trying to join the battle. Obviously, when the walkers all kind of, it was like a swarm. They just swarmed over all the Unsullied and everything, and they just basically massacred everyone. And they couldn't get the signal down to light the trenches, which was part of like a trap that they'd set. And it was Melisandre again who sort of came through and actually did that, but she was able to light it. So she's kind of trying to make up for what she did to Shireen. But nah, you can't really make that up. That was horrible what she did. So but like I said, she tried her best. Also, Arya sent Sansa down to the crypt because she could see that they were losing the battle rapidly. So she went down there. We then had a kind of a battle between Daenerys and Jon with the Night King. And some gorgeous shots where they went above the clouds. Absolutely loved that shot. That was beautiful. And also the Night King produced this storm, which I've forgotten that he did, because he did it at Hardhome, and I forgot about that. But it did look slightly different though, probably because it looked more like an avalanche than the last time. This was kind of like just a wave of like just I don't know, snow, ice, and ash, and God knows what else. It was like a blizzard, and because of that, at one point Daenerys and Jon actually hit each other on the dragons. They just couldn't see where they were going. But then once the trench was lit, Daenerys was able to see where the trench was, and she was then able to help out and start burning the walkers. Also, we had the White Giant came smashing through the door, and Lyanna Mormont got hit badly, and then stood up and just did a boss moment. You know, she did a drop mic moment, just ran towards it screaming. The giant grabbed her, started crushing her, and just before she died, she was able to throw the sword that she had in her hand straight into his eye, and killed the giant. But in the same time, it killed her as well, which again was a horrible loss. The Hound basically completely freaked out because there was fire everywhere, and Beric was saying to him, "Look, we need you." He said, "Look, we're all going to die." And with that, Beric could see Arya in real trouble, and just said, "Tell that to her then." And as soon as Hound saw that she was in trouble, he was gone after her straight away, which I thought was a beautiful scene. At one point, I think this is right, that I think the Night King was attacking Daenerys on her dragon. Then I think Jon came in, or it was the other way around, I can't remember now. But they managed to knock the Night King off, completely knock him off the dragon. And I thought that was it, but of course, you know, he must have some power that he can not hurt himself when he falls or something, I don't know. And Jon then landed as well, and then chased him on foot. But of course, as he got closer to him, Night King just turned round, did the thing with his arms, and all the dead just rose again, and Jon was completely surrounded. And you think, oh, he's never going to get out of this one. And he was getting his ass kicked, and then Daenerys saved him. She came by on Drogon and managed to torch the walkers that were attacking Jon. In the meantime, Arya found her way into, it looked like the library at Winterfell, and there were walkers everywhere. And obviously she's got these ninja skills, and she's just really quiet. She was sort of tiptoeing around, trying to find her way out. And when she eventually did find her way out, there was a scene where she came around a corner and this walker was right in front of her, and in that split second she'd already thrusted a knife up and killed it. That was awesome. And as she's walking along, this door caves in and there's just walkers pouring through, and they're chasing her down all these hallways, and it looks like she's had it, and then suddenly she's saved by Hound and Beric, who obviously had a mission from way back. He said he had a mission to complete, and his mission was basically to just give Arya and Hound some time to escape, and he just got obliterated and killed, which was awful. Arya finds herself in another room where Melisandre is, and she says, "Oh, I know you," and they went through obviously where they met each other. I think it was in season 4, I think, and she said then that she was going to make eyes shut. She said green, brown, and then blue, and that was the signal that she was meant to go and kill the Night King. And I think that was kind of what was meant at the time. Way back, I thought she meant the Lannisters because I thought they had blue eyes. So there you go, which is what I know. And obviously Theon and the Ironborn were there to defend Bran, and they got completely outnumbered. But Theon was the last one alive, and as he was there defending Bran, the Night King turned up with all the White Walkers as well behind him. And the music was amazing. The music and the whole music in the entire episode was incredible. Even just the piano on its own was beautiful as well. But the Night King just walks through, and Theon charges towards him. I don't know if that was the right idea or not. I'm not sure. Perhaps it was, again, to stall time, I guess. But he was killed within about 2 seconds, and that was shocking. You know, Theon has such an arc to his character. It's crazy. And finally, just before he died, Bran basically hinted to him that he's about to die. He said that you're a good man and thank you for everything you've done. So it was kind of, you're about to die, mate. So he died, but with honour, and I think that's all he ever wanted. It's a shame that he did die, because I would like him to have met up with his sister again, but it wasn't to be. So while that was going on, Theon's died. At the same time, we've got Jorah and Daenerys, because and I've forgotten another bit. When Daenerys rescued Jon, Jon ran off, and Daenerys wasn't watching behind her, and Drogon got attacked by loads and loads of walkers, just jumping onto his back, stabbing him. So as he's tried to shake them off, he's knocked Daenerys off onto the ground. He's flown off with about 50 walkers on him, all stabbing him. I thought he was dead as well. I thought, oh God, I can't cope with this. And then, of course, as they were dropping, they were waking up again, and then they started to attack Daenerys. She was saved by Jorah, and so while all this was going on with Theon, you had Jorah and Daenerys, who were kicking some ass, to be fair, but he was getting stabbed left, right, and centre and slashed. It was just awful. And he died defending Daenerys. Jon couldn't get to the Night King because he was being pinned down by the dragon. And I think someone mentioned to me, I think a few people have mentioned to me, that there was a point where he just stood up and just shouted at the dragon. While he was doing that, I'm thinking, what the hell are you doing? And people have mentioned to me that was to get the dragon's attention so that Arya could go and attack the Night King, which was brilliant. I wish they had specified that's what it was. So I'd love to have seen that. That'd been brilliant. So as he's being pinned down by this dragon, you've got the Night King going right up to Bran this time. Again, all in slow motion. So it was almost like they were reading each other's minds as well. They were looking straight into each other. I'd love to know what was going on there as well. And then he slowly goes to pull his sword out, but just as he goes to do it, the White Walker stood behind him. All their hair kind of moved, as if someone had run past at speed, and it was Arya, and she just swung down. She got caught by the throat as she was approaching him, and she did the little trick where she drops a knife with one hand and catches it with the other. And she had that little Valyrian knife that was used to almost kill Bran way back in the first season. And then she just stabs the Night King in the stomach with it, and he literally just explodes. No slow death. That was it, gone. And then as he exploded, everyone else exploded. All the dragon died. All the walkers died. Yeah, it was epic, and I can't believe that Arya did that. And then right at the very end, the last scene is we see Melisandre just walking off through all the dead bodies. She takes her necklace off, and then Davos is watching her while she does it as well. He just takes her necklace off and then just dies, and her purpose was done as well. People in the crypt were safe. There was another whole bit that I didn't go into on there as well. The bodies that were actually in the tombs all started coming to life, which was scary as. That was another bit. But there's an awful lot to talk about. Trying to remember it all, it was a bit difficult. But so normally I would do every 2 episodes I'd do my loves and hates. But there are no hates. I didn't even hate the Night King. I thought he was an amazing character. I kind of liked some bad guys, and I really liked him. I thought he was brilliant. So there are no hates. So instead, I'm going to do my top 6 loves instead. So there you go. A lot of love in the room today. So at number 6, assuming he is dead, is Ghost. He would have been number 1 if I'd known for sure that he died, but I don't know for sure that he's dead. He might be in the next episode, in which case I've made myself look a bit silly. But either way, even just the fact that he was charging with Jorah and the Dothraki, that was a beautiful scene when he was running next to the horse. It's brilliant. Ghost, I've always had more than a soft spot for Ghost. I mean, Ghost is everything. You know, I absolutely love Ghost, and to have died like that really pees me off because I think it was a waste. Ghost gets my number 6 this week. At number 5 is Lyanna Mormont. We didn't see an awful lot of her, but when she was in scenes, she owned those scenes, and you just didn't mess with her. She was brilliant. And that drop mic moment at the end where she died was priceless. It was beautiful and horrible at the same time. So for me, Lyanna Mormont is in number 5. Number 4 is Beric. A character again that I've always loved. He's never really been one of my favourite characters, but I've always loved him. And that kind of to and fro with Hound, where they bicker like a couple of old gits, it was brilliant. But again, in this episode, he did the ultimate sacrifice again. It was his mission all along to stand there and just give Arya enough time to kill the Night King. It was brilliant and horrible again that he died. But yeah, he is my number 4. Number 3, and there's a running theme, as you can probably tell. Number 3 is Jorah. Again, a character I've loved right from way back. So it's so sad that he's only just kind of found Daenerys again. And I think for really only lately they've really completely understood each other. And again, he sacrificed himself again to save Daenerys, and I think that definitely was his mission without a doubt. It was to serve and to protect her. Let's just hope that it was worth it. I dare say we're going to find out in the next few episodes. But again, horrible death, really, really sad. Really, I had a lump in the throat watching it. It was awful. But yeah, my number 3 is Jorah. Number 2, this is a tough one. It's Theon. Oh man, his death was probably they were all bad to be honest, but that was pretty much up there as the worst. Like I said, the first couple of seasons I did not give a monkeys about Theon. I really didn't. But obviously when he turned into Reek, my attitude started to change. And certainly when he finally broke free of Reek and saved Sansa, he just went massively up in my estimations. I thought he was brilliant. And again, he kind of, I think he got what he needed to hear from Bran, that he was a good man, and that's all he wanted. I think at the end of the day, he was confused, he made stupid mistakes, really stupid, but I think at the end he was home. That was the place where he wanted to be. It's a shame he couldn't get to see his sister again. It's a shame that his sister wasn't fighting next to him at the end. That would have been cool. But yeah, so yeah, bless you, Theon. And again, brilliant acting as well from Alfie Allen, awesome. But yeah, he's my number 2. And my number 1, it's Arya. Wow, I know, a lot of people hated the whole idea that she was the one that killed the Night King, but do you know what, I think it was obvious it was going to be Jon. It was just obvious. It's always Jon, and I love Jon to bits, you know that, but I think it just made it something different. I didn't expect it for a start, and I like surprises. I think if it had been Jon that had done it, yeah, it would have been amazing, of course it would, but it would have been Jon, and we all knew it was going to be Jon that killed the Night King. So for Arya to do it was completely just random to me, but I like random. I loved that. It was great. I honestly thought that Bran was going to have something to do with that, with the Night King as well. I thought he was actually going to do some kind of weird go inside the Night King. That might have been quite cool. But yeah, no, Arya kicked ass in that. I'll tell you what, she kicked ass in that last episode. Amazing. And in the episode before, I know I haven't spoken about that much, but she was cool in that as well, apart from the sex scene. But yeah, she was awesome, and this episode I think she was probably in it more than any other character. She was really, really prominent in that episode, and yeah, fair play to her. She did it. She did the ultimate deed. She got rid of the Night King. So yeah, she is without doubt my number 1. So that concludes episode 3 and my loves. So next episode is The Last of the Starks. It's episode 4 of season 8. I guess this is going to be, I can't believe they're going to shoot straight down to King's Landing in this episode. I think this has got to be a kind of recuperate, just try and find out what sort of army you've got left. Because I tell you what, I don't think she's only got a few thousand at the most, and that ain't going to be enough. Even with what I think one dragon, I think there's only Drogon left. I might be wrong. There might still be 2. It didn't really specifically show that the other one had died. Hopefully, if there's 2, then she's got more of a chance. But yeah, so I think this episode is going to be more about kind of the damage that's been caused. I get there's got to be some kind of dialogue between Daenerys and Jon, because there wasn't any before, and that needs to be sorted out, because Daenerys ain't going to budge. She wants that throne, and I don't think she's even going to budge for Jon, to be honest. That's one of her not so good sides, definitely. She's completely obsessed with the throne, but I guess we'll see. So let's crack on with episode 4. Like I said, The Last of the Starks, and I shall see you very soon.
There are no men like me.
Oh God, who's that? The Theon. Oh, Jorah. Wow. Oh my God, it's Ghost! Oh, thank you, Game of Thrones. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Our fellow men and women who set aside their differences to fight together and die together. Everyone in this world owes them a debt that can never be repaid. They were the shields that guarded the realms of men, and we shall never see their light again.
What's that look for? Please don't tell me something's going to happen here. I can't be doing with this. Just give him a break.
Lucy and I.
You can still smell the burning bodies, and that's where your head is at.
I just want to thank her for...
I'm sure you do.
Look, it's not about that.
Of course it's about that, you twat. What should it be?
Gendry. That's right, isn't it?
Yes, Your Grace.
You're Robert Baratheon's son. You are aware he took my family's throne and tried to have me murdered.
I didn't even know he was my father until after he was dead.
So who's Lord of Storm's End now? I think you should be Lord of Storm's End.
That can't be, I'm a bastard.
No. You are Lord Gendry Baratheon of Storm's End.
Whoa.
The lawful son of Robert Baratheon. Because that is what I have made you.
To Lord Gendry Baratheon of Storm's End.
Oh, bless him. Lord Gendry.
We fought dead things and lived to talk about it. If this isn't the time to drink, when is? Last time I saw her, I told her I'd kill her if I ever saw her again.
I'm sure you had your reasons.
I did.
They have defeated them. But we still have us to contend with.
I'm not Lord of Winterfell.
You're the only surviving true-born son of Ned Stark. You don't want it.
I don't really want anymore.
I envy you.
So every time that someone looks round or does something now, I think something's going to happen.
No, not in one go.
Go on, I believe in you.
We have to celebrate our victory.
Vomiting is not celebrating.
Yes, it is.
Sir Arya Stark, the hero of Winterfell.
Oh, come on, Hound.
You are an only child.
I'm playing that game again.
You didn't.
I did.
I surmised.
Drink! I saw him riding that thing. That's right, you did. I did.
That's why we all agreed to follow him. Most people get bloody murdered. They stay that way. Not this one. What kind of person climbs on a fucking dragon? A madman or a king?
Daenerys did. Oh, what's going on? I don't like this. What's going on? It's all too good. Something's going to happen.
You're a virgin.
That's a statement about the present.
At no point in the past, up until this very moment, have you slept with a man. Or a woman.
There's a conversation stopper right there.
I have to piss.
Oh, poor Pod.
And after all that, this fucker comes north and takes her from her. Just takes her like that.
I'm not afraid of wild things.
Maybe you should be.
He soon got over Brienne, didn't he?
Used to be you couldn't look at me.
That was a long time ago.
Had you were broken in. Had you were broken in rough.
And he got what he deserved. I gave it to him.
Oh.
Hounds.
None of it would have happened if you left King's Landing with me. No Littlefinger. No Ramsay.
Without Littlefinger and Ramsay and the rest, I would have stayed a little bird all my life.
Yeah, fair play.